Hello once again. Now, I can't say what I need to say here, so I'll leave a link to somewhere I can. Now, just remember that the 3rd of May was World Press Freedom Day. What a joke that is when Julian Assange is still in jail, while people like Tony Blair and the Clintons are still free to walk around. And also, please remember that the 20th of May is a massive day for Julian Assange, when there will be thousands outside the courtroom protesting his innocence. And he needs support like no other on that day, because all he did was to expose the American Secret Service for what it is. And Britain, being in its special relationship with the US, follows like a puppy dog. Which brings into question the scales of justice and the judges that sit under them. Who do they answer to? The scales of justice or the imperialistic USA? You decide. We live in a world of lies, gaslighting and globalist power, all basically designed to divide and control us. And my eyes have been opened to many things in the last few years, and the more I find, the more I want to pass on those findings. And I can only pass on what I believe to be the truth. You may have a different opinion, of course, of which we are all entitled to. People are definitely waking up to the fact that we have been lied to. But sadly, many close their eyes and ears to anything other than the mainstream media, which is, by the way, the very worst of the liars, mainly because of the omission of facts. Once upon a time, when we learn things over a long period of time, we were deemed as being enlightened. Today sees that same person as possibly a radical, a dissident, a conspiracy theorist, or even worse, a narcissist looking for attention. How times have changed. When we see or hear something for the first time, we should ask ourselves, is it true? And not just accept it as the truth. Unfortunately, most folks don't, especially when it's the nice man in a suit on the telly giving us an impression of integrity, but is actually hiding behind the mask of his editors in the background. Sometimes, more importantly, we don't see things that are right in front of us until someone else points them out. And I'm as guilty as anyone, I'm sure. There are none so blind as those who do not want to see, as the old saying goes. The comfort of a lie is easier to accept than the hard truth, and many of us prefer the lie. But if we're really honest, deep down inside we always feel uncomfortable about it, and that is something inside us that is so strong, because it's the truth we're trying to avoid. Very often something happens to wake us up. Call it a sixth sense if you like, an occurrence that is a light bulb moment, and we ask ourselves, why the hell didn't I see that before? Well, it's mostly because we prefer not to know and bury our heads in the sand. I'll leave a link to what I really need to say, but if you still believe in what happened in the last few years was true, maybe you shouldn't go there. It's just my opinion backed up what I think is a sensible observation and an extremely pertinent link under more. Thank you for listening.